Oh, look what showed up yesterday, right? Wood chip. So it's summertime and the leaves are out. This isn't bad for summer. This is actually pretty good. Over here is what you tend to get. And I've already moved most of the high leaf content, right? So that goes into compost real fast. And that's basically what I did with it, was put it to a worm bin. And yeah, let me show you a few things I do with wood chips. All right, so depending on the content of the chip, over here I want to smother weeds and it stays out of the wind and stuff. So we got some medium to high leaf content, right? And then you can see here we have lots of older chip. And I was digging in yesterday to see how it's kind of neat. I kind of want to go through some of these areas. I've been harvesting some of the soil underneath, but I have real sand, and that's about it. You can see that, right? But there's different layers of this that I've been adding wood chip for years. And something else I'm seeing, it's still moist here underneath this stuff. So we're in extreme drought, and places that aren't covered. This is actually moist enough to where I'm thinking about I might do some Hopi style dry corn. Dry farm corn in these areas. I've got this section here that I don't usually plant with anything, but this would be a great experiment because, oh, there's the moisture, right? And that's I haven't watered over here, and we're in one of the biggest droughts ever. So that's the effectiveness of wood chip, right? And so I can show you here like these different layers, right? Over the years. And see how it breaks down. And one of the things I'm going to be doing is showing soil tests, because people think it's like, oh, it steals the nitrogen. It's like, well, I have pure sand, and we'll see that it actually adds some nitrogen to it. So here I have the better looking wood chip, and this is for aesthetics right around my steps and porch and projects. I got to fix that thing. Built it, but it wasn't. So I'm pulling concrete slabs out of the ground here. I've got this beautiful tomato garden, and so my walkway gets worn bare. But here's a strip. Here's two different places where I use high leaf content chip, and this is the strip along the border next to my corn. And literally, so the ground will like suck moisture away, right? The sand, and I want to, as well as that heat. So I want to bring that down. Here's just a light toss of leaf and chip in my onions, right? I would have done the same thing here with the corn and beans and such, but it didn't show up in time, and I really needed to get some mulching going on, so I got some straw down. But so we can see these different uses I have here. This is I've changing up some things. There's just it's so dry, and I've decided to mount some of this nice wood chip sand together and get my drip lines closer together. And then one of the first methods of organic farming or gardening I knew was trench and compost trench in rows. And so I'm kind of doing a different thing. I'm going to do a big old pile here and let this stuff compost in between. Here I went ahead earlier and I got terrible mulch the first time, or chip. You can see how stringy it is and everything, but here it is on the tomatoes, and I've got this better stuff here with the leaf in it. I'm going to spread that all down through here through my I got some more tomatoes, some peppers, and cucumbers are down there. This whole potatoes and cabbages is going to get dug up and put to corn. And so it's some other things we can use this stuff. I can cap the worm. I can cap the worms with this stuff, right? It's everywhere, right? Here's the old stuff I've raked up. It's got a needle in it. I'm going to spread the fresh. Keeps the moisture in around the sides of the greenhouses, right? Terrible year for bugs. Here's my worm pile over here, and this stuff here, or a worm pile, and so I have worms finishing out in here. All right, we got this beautiful. That's I'm gonna need these worms to start heading into this pile eventually, and I'll add some nitrogen to this, but it'll compost up. It'll sit here. It was already heating up. I'll cover it. But all this back here, I kind of want to go through and you can see I've been harvesting a little bit of it. But you can see here, this is I have this pure sand. It's again, where there's good wood chip, like up front there. Let's see here. How far do I got to go for moisture? I've watered back here even a couple of times for this tree. So there's some moisture, but nowhere near. Again, it's pure sand. You can see it changing to that yellow. Look at that. It's pretty darn dry back here, huh? That's sandy Utah, dusty rock place. Organic farming for you, right?